This video is brought to you by AG1.
I think we found it.
Wow. Yeah. That's beautiful.
I am out here at Mo Party. There she is. This is my first time of actually getting to appreciate the car, but I'll tell you what, I appreciate everybody that was involved in helping make that possible. So this isn't Holly, but just about everything else here is.
Authorized dealer for them.
Oh, you're authorized dealer for Garrett. The different intake manifolds, EFI systems, fuel cells. This is actually really nasty, a CDI ignition system. And then of course this is the iconic 6AL safety equipment, all Simpson, and then Hans, all these brands. The team that runs this company is just super, super passionate. QA1 is not a Holly company, but they saved my ass on this build. So they made the whole front and rear subframes. They were able to get that done in time, and so the whole engine just bolted right in all last second. So it's really impressive, the sort of kits that they have. Now, I don't know much about Dodges, but these always look cool. Out of all the cars that are super special here at this event is actually the car that is right here. That, as the name suggests, is one of the movie cars from the movie Vanishing Point. And I actually know of the movie, not because of Challengers or Mopar at all, but because there's a really amazing sequence that we want to film, maybe with the guys from Top Gear and whatnot. But this car is also kind of the iconic look of what we'd want to do with Erica's car. So this is a GTX, and the thing that instantly caught my attention is, of course, the front of the car, and knowing this is a V10 inside of it. So I've seen this all over Instagram, and it's cool that it's just sitting here. This sort of stuff just blows me away, that you can just buy a whole part of a car. It's a reproduction, but I mean, come on, the original metal is really shitty. This is what we were trying to do before UPS messed it all up, is use the whole front stack from a stock car, and then everything bolts in perfectly. And then look at, there's the whole stock intercooler bleeder and all that. It's nice and clean doing it this way. I am this guy. I do this online. I'm documenting all of the same stuff. I'm just making it into videos. You guys might think the 4-rotor is absolutely insane, amount of horsepower and weight and all that, until you look at something like that. A V10 twin turbo with a couple tubes strapped to it. This is stupid in all the best ways possible. There's a rear seat. Since Uber's hard to get back here, I am going to take this car back to the hotel while everybody's there watching the monster truck run things over. Oh yeah, never forget the seats. Way too close. It is 9:30 in the morning, about to head back out for the last day of Mo Party, and it's going to rain in a half hour. Well, Google most certainly lied about when the rain was going to start. I can handle this. I guess they don't call this rain, especially being Midwest, East Coast. This isn't rain, this is sunshine. I'm going to go ahead and take it nice and easy. I don't think there's gonna be any standing water, but obviously I'll be off the road before then. Zero disrespect to the people that love collecting cars for the sake of showing them off, but it's the people that are here out in the rain right now that have my heart. These are people that are beating up on 50-year-old cars, enjoying every bit of it. So there's this whole Optimus Street Series challenge type stuff. I always love those type of builds.
This is all that's left from the Mopar adventure. We just have to keep moving, and it's 12-rotor. It's even us trying to build our own engines. If you're wondering why we're taking so much time, we're doing so much R&D, constantly traveling, trying to be a better driver. That is a lot on my system, that is a lot on my brain, and thankfully, I have AG1 keeping me at my best. It's the quality of those things that are in there. I used to do wheatgrass, which was one of 75 things that are in here many years ago. So I was on this trend before science showed that there's a lot of really great benefits for not just your mental health, your physical health, your gut biome, all the antioxidants. You know, I love my blueberries, but where are you gonna get fresh blueberries when you're traveling? This in that back pocket. It actually literally fits in my back pocket. I was kind of surprised. It's the foundation of my nutrition right there. There are different ingredients. This isn't just some super pulverized random stuff. They have really made the flavor something that I can enjoy. Now when you have something like this, put a little bit more water and you get that last little bit out and into your system. If you want to get AG1 for yourself, you go to drinkag1.com/RobDahm and they will send you 5 free travel packets and then also a 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2. That's drinkag1.com/RobDahm.
Mo Party, you were actually a lot of fun for me, but this is just the very beginning. This begins a very weird and fun journey that I have no idea how it's gonna go. The whole thing is to get the Challenger back to Michigan, but on the way is Lexington, Kentucky, and both Haltech and Valvoline's headquarters in the United States are there. I need to make sure this car can handle the journey. Now, I believe the motor can, I believe all the pieces can. It's just, all the pieces were put together in 3 weeks. I'm gonna go stop by Harbor Freight, get one of those like $150 like tool kits, and then hopefully take this car over to Patrick from Valvoline and grab lunch. Easy peasy, no problem. I don't have the gas gauge hooked up, so we're just gonna have to guess how much mileage it gets. I have a lot of concern about all of the suspension points. I can't tell if the tune is good or not. My suspension makes my exhaust hit my drive shaft, no big deal there either. My rear wheels are not DOT approved. They're not meant to be DOT approved. Well, I cannot hit rain. That's about it. So I was actually able to find Advanced Auto, and they have that same style kit. Works out perfect. So I'm gonna just go over the car real quick, just make sure everything's looking solid. I'm not really worried about the engine as much as the suspension, wheel lugs, that sort of stuff. This begins the journey on the highway. So far so good. Not sure how fast I'm going. Oh yeah. Made it. I myself am very, very, very impressed with this car. There's weird squeaks and squawks. It's overall fine. Okay, I'm gonna go hang out with Patrick, and he's on his way. I just had to. This building is absolutely beautiful, and to have the car parked in front of here just shows you how far I can make it with this thing. Contrary to most of the Hellcats, this is running Valvoline. It's proof that it can be done without a problem, and it'll just keep on trucking. It's so neat working with the guys at Valvoline, and even now here at Haltech. I wanted to stop and visit friends, and so I forgot to film. I'm finishing up here in Lexington and heading up towards Cincinnati, probably to get dinner around there. Wearing the shit out of these tires very quickly, as every inch that I drive, I'm under maximum traction.
Welcome to Michigan.
I have made it home. Oh, I can barely hear. So we've just loaded it into the beautiful blue garage right next to its companion, the 3-rotor. The hard part is done. Ethan has got the truck running. We'll look at that later. Scramble to find the right type of trailer. I've been getting tons of advice from tons of different people, and it all is conflicting. Ethan and I are going to be working on figuring out what trailer to get and make a final decision and pick that up tomorrow or the next day. Load 1 or 2 cars into a trailer and haul ass back to California. This car's gotta go, absolutely gotta go. And this car, depending on the situation, either goes with it or we ship it out and avoid buying a massively long trailer for no reason. We have made it up to about 2 hours north of Detroit. We have been looking and wheeling and dealing with trailers all last 48 hours, trying to find the trailer. I think we found it. We're gonna see if everything comes through on this. We were just asking about these, and they showed them, and it's just not fair that people get to drive things like this. These things have like all the sides pop out. You have just all the luxuries possible, but it's neat to see what does exist for a dream someday. But our goal was to be able to tow 2 cars, which safely towing 2 cars with our truck is not a good move enclosed. We found 1 car where we can do like sell merch out of it, be comfortable, have AC, stuff where we can actually have my laptop's not dying on battery because I can't find anywhere to charge it, and just all those stresses that we have going to every Grid Life event. It's finally time to take a step forward. Let me introduce you to our new trailer. It's got all the bells and whistles that you could imagine. It's not mine yet, but one of the very biggest things is this right here. It's called an escape door. Just needs to be pulled. Yes. And this unscrews, or you can open the door. This is like luxury to me. This trailer has a lot of what, like if we're gonna do it right. Just about every option you can imagine. See if we can wheel and deal and get any sort of discount.
All LED ceiling lights. Here's where the battery is that's powering all these lights. So more lights is great for us for all the YouTube stuff, obviously. All aluminum floor, like even underneath this is actually aluminum. It's got these tracks. You can just wrap it around the tire instead of trying to get under the car, and the front splitter is cutting into all that. And then on top of that, this is one of my personal favorite things. This bar is actually where you hook all of your ratchet straps. They latch from the top to the bottom. So your ratchet straps are always clean, ready to go. That's just beautiful to begin with. But then look at this flap. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Now we have the race ramps in really weird situations, but look at that. It's nice and consistent all the way up to that. It's called dovetail, where it kind of comes down a little bit, all the way up to there. This one has like basically, would you say almost every option? Like the majority of options that they have?
It's got a lot of options.
Yeah, yeah.
They have a lot more.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
got a lot of
They find ways to get you to spend money, but
yeah.
these lights, we just turn those on. So of course we're always working on the car in the dark. There those are. And then the awning is electric, which that wasn't even, this is a bonus, yeah.
Just let off it, it'll roll out on its own.
And I'm under sun right now, so you can see. Oh, that's all automatic too.
That always scares me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just gonna keep going.
This is nice. I always end up with the worst like sun damage. We would park the car here, have that. Now we have the other side, which has also a very useful thing, but maybe we can, you know, sell merch out of here, something really fun like that. You guys can let us know if you like that idea or not, but everything has its place. So this is a little generator pouch. Yeah, we looked at this on another one of them, but you put a generator in there and then you hook it up to basically your RV power. There's even a little box inside of there that you could hook up internally. That way you can run the air conditioning. 13.5 BTU. I hate the idea of somebody stealing the trailer, but it's like, you know what? Instead of taking baby steps, let's commit to, okay, the trailer's a thing. Let's make it right so it can take care of us, so we can take care of the fans when we're out at different events. Any of you guys that have been to any of the Grid Life events that I've been to, you see we have a pile of tools just sitting in one area. We have shit everywhere. It just doesn't let me be able to focus enough and get out of the sun and like have you guys come in and check out things. Everybody's just burning outside. I can't even offer people water because we don't have water. It's time to grow up. So it's like, let's do it right. Now the one thing that we noticed this doesn't have, and they normally hide like a winch inside of here. We have the winch, so we'll probably mount it somewhere like temporarily, just so that way when we break a car, we don't feel bad. We can break a car and we can push things to the limit and then just take up our toys and go home. Oh, there's the...
These are $450.
Okay. And they come free with the $46,000 trailer?
I wish.
That's cool. So then it just
slides out.
Slides out. We're going to go do the not so fun part, which is paying for the trailer now.
Usually he's really friendly and affectionate, but he was just at the vet and he's on medicine, so...
Yeah.
Hi there.
Okay, well, a lot has happened in a very short amount of time. Look at those tow mirrors on the tractor. Chad took phenomenal care of us, spoke my language, or we did it, guys. We have the dream trailer for like somebody hauling a car. This is absolutely spoiling ourselves, and this allows us just to do all the cool things with all of you guys. Everything is solid and ready to go. Truck's fixed thanks to Ethan with all the injectors replaced. This is our tow rig for the rest of this year and until we outgrow it. Very, very excited. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to Monroe, enjoy tonight, and then load up and take the 3-rotor back to LA. And we are off. If you are ready to experience what is basically like ASMR for trailer experiences, this is it. The trailer's in the driveway. No, who feels like moving it? Nobody. We can load the trailer from the side. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Ah, this is so cool. One of the very first facts of our situation is these are our toolboxes. It's so dark and sad. I might set the camera down and you'll enjoy us just kind of loading some of this stuff up into the trailer for the first time. I got rings. I'm like LeBron. I have never, ever used one of these. And so this is, they call it airline, but it's like L hook. There's no L on this, and there's no L on this. They're round. None of the naming convention makes sense for this. But this is the first time I'm trying this, and so it's got this little beep boop, like this. Push, pop, drop and lock it. The only thing that bothers me, like I said, is that they're straight edged. It's gonna mar up that corner of the circle. Huge problem. They're rated for like 1,300 pounds. I bought like all of these for 20 bucks off of Amazon, but we're gonna use them for the wheels. Use spare ones to hold like fuel or transmissions or extra containers, whatever we need. With this trailer having the space for a generator and having the need with AC and whatnot, you need at least 3,000 watts, or in this case, they recommend 4,400 watts to power this trailer. Now, this is the weirdest coincidence of all time, and my dad did one of the coolest random things, is that he had a 4,400 watt generator, literally. 8 horsepower, 4,400 watt. The very first thing we all noticed is it's loud. We want to see if we can fire this thing up. It runs, and of course it generates either 120 volts or 240 or maybe 220, I don't know. Probably pretty clean because it's got buttons for sine wave shit. It's loud as shit. And so I was like, in my garage, what do I have? Do I have anything that can quiet this down before we go to like a Tractor Supply and buy a muffler? And sure enough, I do. So many years ago, my Diablo had this Borla exhaust on it. It was actually something that was available for older Diablos, and it was retrofitted to fit on mine, and it fit poorly. I'm just going to fire up the generator and then put the exhaust up to this exhaust, and then it'll come out of that one side with 2 holes, and see if that makes it sound like a V12. That's loud. Not really. Well, we were both so focused on getting the car in, the front splitter did scrape here. It looks better on camera than it actually is in person. It scraped some deep grooves into that, but nonetheless, it didn't stop the car from loading it. Well, it was so easy. Even though we did scrape that thing, there was no wood involved. Here's the shot we wanted to see. Oh yeah. Just easy to get to. Way past the door. That's probably one of my favorite parts. It's just the door isn't even a consideration. It's front weight bias, so it's somewhere in here, center of gravity. So we're over the front axle. We can move the car back a little bit because we have so much shit. What we're gonna try doing is putting a L hook thing there, wrapping the strap around the tire, another L hook thing straight down there, and then it would then go off to the D-ring for the ratchet. So you can visually see the ratchet, check them easily, get to them easily, instead of them trying to like ratchet against the tire and it's hitting the bodywork. This is looking good. The straps are like perfect length for this. And then it threads through that one and then goes around the tire and then locks in to that one. And we're not trying to make it over the top. A, we don't want to go out here, and B, we don't want to go too far in there either because that's just creating extra loop straight down tangent to the side of the wheel. I'm pretty happy that it's easy to avoid the front splitter. Hands down, this is the greatest feeling in the world. I needed to turn the battery off. There it is. You can't even tell that there's a door yet until you back up to about here. Checked all those one last time. So we have tons of bumpers in the shop, and these 3 have been waiting to go back. My original FD front bumper, the Diablo's replacement bumper at one point, and then the CTSV's front bumper. You would not believe that we have everything packed up in here that nicely. Well, we just stopped by my parents just to make sure everything was all good and grab some stuff, but whew, there it is. And tires look good, everything looks great. Really happy with everything. Trailer's pretty easy, manageable. So we're gonna go ahead and start our trek across country. It's 34 hours if you're speeding. And I don't think we're gonna be doing that this time. So we just made it into Joplin, Missouri to go visit my friend Tyson. Imagine somebody had the 12 rotor since 2008. They built it back then and then made something even crazier. That's what we just got to look at and watch. It's been raining. It's had some really torrential downpours. We're just checking lugs. We're doing a lot of little small stuff before we head on further. The trailer is a monster, and it's been relatively easy to tow. We're getting 11.5
and lower miles per gallon. It hurts my soul because when we did the the open 2-car trailer, we were getting 13. Towing a big box does have a negative. Well, here we are at the end of the first day of driving, and we're still going, but we're in Vega, Texas. So we went the south way, as you can kind of figure out. Beautiful sunset right now next to all these big trucks. We're gonna keep on going through the night, and we should get to California by 7 a.m. Through a series of weird events, distance to empty, DTE 1 mile. And we made it. And we were both exhausted, but we made it. And this couldn't be a more perfect comparison of you and the guy she told you not to worry about. The little guy's days are numbered. Regardless, I think we're going to take this off-site, somewhere safe like Irvine, and then unload this beginning of next week. It is Monday morning, afternoon, and Joel is back, so the camera work is finally good again. Ethan is bringing the trailer up. Now, it felt like a fever dream having all that driving and lack of sleep, but I want Joel to see it for the first time. So here we go.
Wow. Yeah. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I missed her.
Yeah, look at how sick the trailer makes the car. It has these locks here, so if you go to the wind or whatever.
It's already too nice for me.
It is, it's ridiculous. Door just opens fully. And the 4-rotor with all the fumes and everything, you just have air.
That's so sick. Dude, the rationing system is badass.
Yeah, so we have to replace these little ones because there's a piece meant for that. But all these little airline DL ring things, just custom click, click.
Dude, it's got like a new trailer smell. I've never smelled that before.
Yeah, so watch the light as soon as we...
Wow. I was just struggling with ISO right now.
Yeah, this one has custom extra lights, so I think they come with like 6, and they added 2 more, so it's 8 lights, 8 sets. It has a little fan up there.
Oh, the exhaust fan?
Yeah, exhaust fan. It's got a little vent. All these other lights are for the rest of the car. Now, again, this one has just a big, massive door. Now,
That's huge.
Now let me let it.
Wow. I feel like a princess.
I treat my girl right. And then, of course, it's got the hook for wind.
This is nice.
And yeah, that's another upgrade for this thing. Man, that sun.
Yeah.
Oh, we did not plan to do this.
We will never use an easy up.
Nope. Right there, and it angles this bar of LEDs. It's sunny right now, but we tested it at night, and so we have these lights on a circuit, and they're bright. They light up the car. And we have this one here, kind of like a nice little entrance, and then finally this
that
here.
one's sick.
And that sets. It's not bright, but it sets like this like camping mood light. Like, hey, it's at night. You want to keep the car kind of lit, subtle. These are like spotlights onto the car, and so I'm thinking we have Patreon members where they'll be able to like go in this area. The car will be here, kind of roped off, so that way you can separate and keep things like people from stealing anything. Not that ever happens at Grid Life. This area would be like that cool, like hang out, watch us work on the car up close and see all the tools, everything. And then look at this, 220 volts. That's now the back of the trailer. These are upgraded handles, instead of the normal like karate chop ones.
Oh, yeah.
They do the same thing. The loading lights shine hardcore, so you don't have to be completely in the dark. Again, we're always loading and unloading at night. Pop this open. It's a straight line from the dovetail right there down. Another power outlet for back here.
That's convenient.
Yeah, and then this extra long loading rail. We don't even need the race ramps per se because we have just a very linear shot while we're at an event. As soon as we land, there's going to be people hanging around excited to see it. You hear the car, you're going to come running, the 4-rotor particularly. We can do this while keeping the conversations going without having to think too much. We'll kind of run through this now is that you would pop this off. You'll take that off, this here. So now that is all out of the way of the car and off.
You got some work to do with this thing.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do to this car. We didn't even mess with picking the trailer up. Joel wanted a standing desk. This is the most expensive desk I could find him.
It's about time.
You got power. My laptop can be powered. His laptop can be powered. We have USB for like phones and shit like that. The AC thing right here.
That's what that is?
Yeah,
That's nice.
because it's built in. And then over here, you bop this.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, we have really nice.
I've missed our tools.
Yeah, a lot of our tools. So again, all of the tools are in there.
That's a satisfying walk.
It is. And then in here, you can't get to from this side. This generator sits right here. We wire it for the 240 volt connector. We already have the cable. Pull it out, pop it in,
Boom.
fire it up, and we now have power for AC, for a heater if we wanted it. And the laptops, they're 300 watts a piece. So we're gonna test this out at Willow Springs. The next big event that we'll set up for is Laguna Seca. So we're gonna see how well we can kind of use this as like our little miniature domicile. So if anybody steals it, they get bonus people with stealing the trailer. By the way, this is fully insured, registered, all of that sort of stuff. So
We're growing up.
We're growing up, but please don't mess with it.